false lunacy, a madly dancing man, hearing unhearable words, drawn to a beloved's grave, and there, mayhap, true madness at last. As did this one, playing in death, find true death at the last. Killing a nameless lover, she pierced a heart rent by sorrow. Doth lie invite truth? Doth verity but wear the mask of falsehood? Oh, thou pitiful, miserable ones! Still amidst lies, though the end cometh not, wherefore yearn for death? Wilt thou attend to that beloved? Truths and lies, life, death, a game of turning white to black, and black to white.
Alright, what's up, Kendo? What's up, Quesadilla? How you guys doing? Feeling pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna start going back to my Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. What's up, Mag? Well, something weird must be going on because you're never happy to see me on. Exactly. I like how you knew before I even finished the statement. I didn't even need to finish the statement. You already knew where I was going. There we go. Feels good. It really does. Well, what's going on, everybody? Gamers galore. First night staying at my friend's place to pet sit. The first night is always lonely and weird. Oh yeah, for sure. I can never really sleep well at other people's places either. Because I gotta have my own shit. I gotta have my own specific way of sleeping in my room, you know, being used to the exact same neighbor stomping upstairs sounds and all that. So if shit's different or out of whack, I'm like, what? What is going on here? Frank is an ass and likes to wake you up from your experience. The cat? No, I'm sure you meant Frank the human, right? Frank the very much human. Anyways, I have water. LD water. Snicky Jr. just revealed herself. You know what? I told you, or I told Wood. You guys know Wood or Josh. I told him about the whole Little Booth situation and he found it absolutely hilarious. I guess that's just the funniest thing that's ever happened to me, right? At this point, it might as well be. It's never not funny, is it? I have coffee and it's time to start sipping. Now my boy Tusk has a big interview tomorrow. Yeah, he does stay busy. I mean, he just had a kid. He's coming back to work, and literally the first fucking day that he comes back to his job, he has to he has to interview. Man, imagine being on leave for a whole 30 days and your first order of business coming back is an important interview. Fuck that. Fuck that, Phil. You were a dirty, rotten liar. Well, your job sounds stressful enough, Mag. I don't think you would want to add to it. Imagine working with Tusk, by the way. Couldn't be me. I have to find out where to set my work setup here. I've mentioned I've worked from home a few times. Yeah. I don't like to do that either. Although I work from home, I don't like to take my stuff. I don't like to take my stuff elsewhere. I like to have my own, not little booth, but I like to have my own office in my living room that I have very custom setup on. And I do not whatsoever like to change it. I do not. Have you guys seen Dr. Red? Dr. Red is going to burn himself out, dude. He is streaming absolutely insanity hours. Wrecking on him now. Dude, he's gonna burn himself out if he's not careful. He's doing insanity hours. I know, like, his one and only goal is to beat my hours for October, but I told him I don't recommend it. Not because I'm, like, prideful about my hours, because it's not healthy. Like, you should not be doing that, dude. I don't recommend it. I don't think any doctor would recommend it. Certainly no doctor of mine would recommend it. You made him do push-ups the other day. I doubt that. Or no, maybe he did the DSP thing. Okay, never mind. I'm not doing that anymore. I've made my promise to not talk badly about other streamers, and I will not do it tonight. Okay? I will not do it. I will not. But some of them deserve it. Yeah, like, for example, when the fuck is Dave gonna stream again? Because whenever he does, I'm gonna roast the shit out of him. Got us hanging around waiting for fucking months for another stream. And when he does turn it on, he has the most questionable audio I've ever heard in my life. He won't let me help him with it. And he just plays Street Fighter. Where are the horror games? Where is the content? Please explain to me where the content is, because it's not here. It's not here. Your biannual stream is due soon. True. You had a dipshit in your stream last time, I remember. Not that we need to continue talking about that guy, but I heard it. I know it was there. It's part of being a female online. I mean, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Oh yeah, so you've heard of mic condoms. What about light condoms? I think I might be able to go back to at least one floodlight if I use this. So this is a light diffuser sock. Kind of looks like a shower cap. But you basically put this over your light and it really diffuses the light and it makes it way less harsh. So if I were to use this on the floodlights, it would give me a lot more even and less harsh lighting. So I could probably end up using this. I have 2 of these. But I have 3 total, but 2 of them are being used on my daylights right now. Would not be a bad idea. Yeah, tomorrow I'm supposed to officially start my new position, but we don't know for sure what that's going to look like. There was a guy in my department like a year or 2 years ago that was supposed to be promoted out, and we were so low staffed at the time that he had to end up sticking around for like 6 straight months. But it wasn't like he was fully one of our agents, and it wasn't like he was fully promoted just yet. It was this really weird limbo that he was in. But he was being paid his new salary. I just hope that doesn't happen to me. But they did already say they're going to start paying my new salary tomorrow. Well, it was, dude, because, like... Like, how are you going to say that somebody is promoted, but they're not actually doing their new position or training in it? And then they just continue working on their current team, and it's like, which team are you actually on? It's like, you're really not on either, are you? In any, like, 100% capacity, you know? You did it for a month too? Guys, what do we play? Let's check the discovery queue. What the hell is Lethal Company? A co-op horror about scavenging at abandoned moons. Why am I fucking yawning? Fuck that. Well, as soon as I read the word co-op, I was like, nah, we're done here. We are finished here. Madhouse? I mean, I did play Madhouse on October 1st, to be fair. I wouldn't mind. I love RE7, but... I almost have 200 hours in this game, holy shit. You act like I care about variety. Well, no, I'm similar to you, where I'm similar to you, where I am okay playing and doing the same things over and over, but there are a few things that I can't do anymore, like people, okay. This is not your guys' fault because the people that usually suggest this to me have not seen that I've already tried it and really disliked it, but Cry of Fear and Visage, I promise you I will never boot those games up on stream ever again because they are so fucking mediocre. If I played Cry of Fear maybe 10 years ago, I would be really impressed with it, but I mean, for a free game, it is still very impressive, I'll admit that, but it's just not, I don't like it. I will never like it. I've tried it so many times. I've given it a solid like 4 attempts. Every time I attempt it, I dislike it even more. And Visage is even worse because Visage is, if you were to take the most mediocre concepts, and I'm talking to all of horror games, if you were to take all of the most mediocre concepts and just smash them together and cram them into one game, that's what Visage is. Visage is a fucking mediocrity factory. That's what it is. It's okay. Probably the most that any sensible person should give that game if you were to rate it 1 to 10 would be a 5. I don't see any world where it gets higher than a 5. It's buggy. Now that could potentially be fixed by now, but it just, the story is fucking lame. It's so formulaic. It's so overdone. It has references to much better games like Silent Hill 4 just to get you fucking bat chesting while you're playing it. Like, get that shit out of here. I hate when games rely on referential shit to like play on your nostalgia. It's like, do something new, do something innovative. Yeah, that part is cool, and like the weapons, like the gunplay is good, but it's so jank because it's the Source 1 engine, the Half-Life 1 engine. I just hate when games are like they don't really bring anything of substance to the table, so all they want to do is just reference other better games. But ultimately what it ends up doing is just making you wish you were playing those games. Like, that's all it does to me. I'm like, well, I kind of just wish I was playing Silent Hill 4 now if you're just going to show me Room 302. Like, what was the point of that? You know? Oh my god, so Silent Hill Ascension. Where do I even begin on this bullshit, dude? Oh my god, I was so heated because I had not really looked into it, because I said to myself, there's no way that this is going to be good. Like, this is just going to be a cash grab. And I thought that, but I don't think I had any idea the extent to how bad it would be. So I went on to Mr. Soup, Bakba Soup's stream, and I saw him playing it. And there was this really weird cutscene of like a woman running away from Silent Hill looking monsters, like, you know, dogs and things like that. Maybe they could have been from a Silent Hill game. And it was just showing like these mobile phone commands, like swiping and rapidly tapping. Like, that was basically all it was having you do, was swipe at the right time, tap rapidly at the right time, and you could avoid these enemies. Well, the way that they've structured this game, and I'm sure you guys probably already know this, but the way that they've structured this game is that you can reach deep into your pocket and you can pay large amounts of money to get what's called IP, or influencer points. And when you spend a lot of influencer points, you can get a nice fancy little badge that says you are a top influencer in a particular decision. It's just disgusting. Honestly, Pachinko was less egregious, because at least Pachinko didn't pretend to be something else and masquerade as a video game. At least Pachinko didn't do that. Pachinko had one goal and one goal only, which was to drain you dry of all of your money. And we knew what it was going to be going in, so at least they weren't being deceptive about it. But this Ascension bullshit, this is just... I mean, it is just egregious. It is the most disgusting cash grab they've ever done with the Silent Hill IP, and it's not debatable. The most disgusting cash grab. It's a shitty mobile game with a scummy, low-down fucking microtransaction business model that I guarantee a lot of the people working on the game did not want to implement. It's a fucking trash can, and it's an embarrassment. And I feel bad for the developers, because they're going to get so much flack for this fucking game. If you can even call it a game, is it even a game? Because all the evidence I've seen would suggest that it's just a series of cutscenes, and they keep swapping characters out, but the cutscene plays out exactly the same. And how also, while we're on the topic, how is it going to be a video game, if you're even going to claim that it's such a thing, when all it is cutscenes, and somehow, even in a game that is entirely made up of cutscenes, it has horrible frame rate, pop in, low quality textures? What are you... Oh god, what are they thinking, man? They had such an opportunity for this to be the lead-off batter, the fucking lead-off batter for the new Silent Hill stuff, and look at how they did it. They literally carpet bombed the Silent Hill IP from the very beginning, and now Silent Hill 2 Remake has to come in and salvage what's left of the reputation. There's not many people are excited for Silent Hill 2 Remake if this is how you treated Ascension. Like, this is just... When I made my video called The Silent Hill Community Needs to Stop, I said to everybody, we need to wait until more information about these projects is out there There's a lot of negativity being spread online about these, and I think we owe it to these projects to give them a fair shake when they come out. Well, cross one off the list, because there's certainly one that we don't need to give a fair shake to, and one that we can criticize openly and not feel bad about it, and that's fucking Ascension. So mark that one straight off the fucking list. So we've got Townfall, F, and Remake. That's all we've got left, and potentially the movie if it's not dog shit. See, I was actually more okay with them doing things like the skate decks because, whatever, it's merchandise, you know? It's just fucking merchandise. It's not something masquerading as something else. It was just overpriced, pretty mediocre merchandise, right? But when you put out something like Ascension, and here's the other thing about Bach the Soup. He was arguing with a developer who was trying to claim that their monetization system wasn't predatory and that it was completely fair and that it was completely, across the board, just a solid system. And they've considered all these things. It's like, no, you can't talk your way out of a top influencer badge. You can't talk your way out of the influencer point system. You've implemented it and it's scummy as fuck, and you know that it is. But if we're the only benefit of the doubt that I can give that developer that was like fighting tooth and nail, and I'm not going to say his name, that was like fighting tooth and nail to defend his product, is he probably wasn't the person who made the decision to implement that monetization. I'll say that. Because, back in the days of like everybody complaining about the Western Silent Hill games, for example, Tom Hewlett was kind of like the fall guy, as you guys remember. But he was only the person in charge of creative decisions. He was not in charge of the funding. He was not in charge of the budget. He was not in charge of the deadlines, these types of things. That was done by some suit who worked for Konami, who was just told, here's the budget, make sure everybody's doing their job, So I could see why a developer would be defensive if they had worked hard on maybe like the monster design or something, and they were really passionate and really proud of how that turned out, only for the reputation to be pretty much ruined because of the monetization system. Like Overwatch 2, for example. The bones of Overwatch 2 are pretty cool. Too bad it's hidden under a disgusting predatory microtransaction system. I mean, it is just disgusting what they did to the monetization in that game. Oh, they made it free to play, but you're going to be paying $14.99 for a season pass every time a new fucking character gets released. Like, bro, I would have rather pay $40 for Overwatch 2 and then just get the new characters for free like they did for the first game. Pay $40 to get in the door and then get free updates for years. That seemed like a pretty cool setup. What happened to that? These fucking free to play nonsense live service horseshit games, man. I swear to God, this shit is going to be the fucking death of the industry if this doesn't. I'm sorry. I'm getting way too worked up about video games over here, but I fucking hate live service games, man. We need badly. We need some sort of law. We need some sort of law in place to ban these predatory ass games. And I tell this story, this Silent Hill shit was not even near the beginning. Like when I sort of snapped about live service games was way back in 2016 or 2017 that Black Ops 4 came out. Let me see whenever Black Ops 4 was released. I think it was 2017. Okay, October 2018. Never mind. It was a little bit later than I thought. So, in this game, this was one of the first times I really was introduced to a season pass. I know it existed, the format, but I'm a big fan of sniping in Call of Duty games. So, there's this gun in Black Ops 4 called the Paladin, which is like a 50 caliber. It's like a Barrett, And they released this skin for the Barrett called the Valhalla skin, where it had like wings and it was like this Greek mythology looking ass sniper rifle, and it was really cool. Like the scope of it was themed and everything. And I saw that they were charging $14.99 for it, and I said, "Oh, cool! I'll pick that up because that seems like a cool skin. I use this gun a lot, so just buy it, pay for it once, and I'm good, right?" Oh no, you don't buy the cosmetics that you pay for. You buy a branch off season pass full of daily challenges that, if completed in the allotted amount of time, will then give you the gun that you paid for. So I paid for a series of challenges that took me roughly 8 hours to complete, and I had about a week to do so. Working full time, by the way. I had a week to complete these challenges, and if I didn't complete these challenges, I basically wasted my $14.99 and got nothing out of it. Literally nothing, except for little icons on a screen and a progress tracker bar. I was done, and that's when I decided I refused to spend money on like bullshit cosmetics in games anymore. I don't think I've spent any money on cosmetic DLC for a video game since then. I would have a really tough time thinking of one. Maybe Resident Evil Zero's costumes, but I think those came with the version that I bought. I don't know. Either way, that's different because at least you fucking get what you pay for. It says $2.99 costume pack. Paying for this equals this. I pay for the costume pack and I immediately have the costumes. What an incredible concept. We don't have that anymore. Now we have, let me purchase, like, for example, in Fortnite, it's like, let me buy the Jack Skellington skin. And I don't know exactly how Fortnite works, but I'm assuming it would do the same thing, where it would open up a series of challenges on a new season pass that, if completed, you then get the Jack Skellington skin. Fuck this fucking predatory nonsense, man. And they know that most adults are probably not going to have time to do that. And so what do they offer? Well, that's the thing that's disgusting about it, because a lot of people genuinely don't have time to do this shit. And so what they'll do is they'll say, well, you could spend 500 hours getting in-game currency to unlock this, or reach deep into that wallet of yours, get out daddy's credit card and send us a little $9.99, motherfucker. You can have it right now. Isn't that an exciting prospect? Fuck yourself. I thought Counter-Strike's was disgusting too. The loot box system is almost as egregious as the season pass system. I would argue that at least the loot box system, you know what is going to happen going in. Not in the sense that what you get is random, but you know that you're playing slot machines. At least you know that. At least you know that when you buy CSGO or CS2 cases and keys, you know that when you open that shit up, you're just playing a shitty slot machine. But the most disgusting and egregious part about Valve's system is that they have weapon conditions. You could potentially get a knife that is in such horrible condition that it's not worth any money. They have literally gone in and their artists have drawn a fucked up version of the paint job on the knife specifically to make it worth less. It is just fucking disgusting the way that they do these things, man. It is literally pixels, and they have artists going in purposefully devaluing and increasing the value of different floats. And if you get a gamma Doppler knife, you can get a specific float that's worth like $1 million. But if you get a different float, it's only worth like 10,000. Like, what is this fucking nonsense? It's the same knife. Because it has a slightly different fucking paint pattern on the blade itself, it shines a little bit differently when you look at it and you flip it in the model viewer. Jesus Christ, man. See, when we were kids, not even when we were kids, I'm talking like beginning of the 360 era, 2006 to 2009, I would say, was the last era when shit was released, it was basically finished on release. Now, they would do patches, but patches were a last resort for things that they didn't anticipate. Like, for example, Modern Warfare 2 got what we used to call the Akimbo Deathbringers, where you had the dual Model 1887s that could snipe people from across the map. The developers didn't realize it was that busted when they tested it, but the players found it out and they patched it out of the game, or they fixed the range on them, you know? Like, that was the type of shit that patches used to do. Nowadays, they ship the game not even completed. They ship the fucking game, the copies are on the shelves, which, I mean, the disc doesn't even really do much for you. It downloads the whole fucking game from the server anyway, but they ship the game, and they're still working on the game. So that by the time you put it in your console, and it downloads the fucking 100 gigs of data or whatever, there's probably 20 to 25 gigs worth of patches. The finished product is in that download. And in a lot of cases, it's still not on that download. And you still have to wait for patches. We're living in such a fucking patchwork version of this industry now. Like, and that's no pun intended, but it's like so much shit is getting released unfinished. The thing that pisses me off the most is when they announce a game and then right alongside the announcement, they're talking about day one DLC. Like, you've had this DLC planned for months in advance. Why didn't you just put it on the disc? Maybe release some kind of deluxe edition or something that includes this DLC from day one. I mean, that'd be less disgusting than saying, hey, we've already pre-planned you spending additional money in 3 to 4 months' time. It's like, no. And it got really disgusting in the Xbox One era, sort of 2013. That's when Microsoft really got disgusting with it. Because they thought they were hot shit. The 360 was so successful. And they thought that they could do anything. It's the third console curse, right? It happens with every system. Nintendo had incredible success with the Super Nintendo. They fucked up with the N64 by going with cartridges when they should have gone with discs. Sony fucked up majorly with the PS3 after releasing the most successful console of all time with the PS2, but the Switch might actually beat the PS2 when it's all said and done. If you guys have, not that it really matters, but if you guys have seen, like, apparently the numbers as far as the Nintendo Switch, like the projections are, it may potentially outsell the PS2 by the time it's finished on the market. But then with PS3, they decided our customers would be willing to spend $599 in 2006, by the way, adjusted for inflation. That's probably close to $1,000 nowadays. They said our customers will totally be willing to spend $599 US on a PlayStation 3. And it was buggy. It was really difficult to develop for. It took developers almost 3 entire years to master that shit. And it was Naughty Dog's internal team, and Guerrilla Studios were the first two that originally mastered it, and that's where we got Uncharted 2 and Killzone 2. Those were the first 2 games that really knew how to take advantage of that hardware. Even Metal Gear Solid 4 didn't have that yet. So, you know, it's the third console curse. And then Microsoft had amazing success with the 360. They thought they were hot shit. They released the Xbox One as an all-in-one set-top box. They spent the entire initial reveal conference talking about TV, television. I mean, there's this fucking meme-ass edit where you can hear them use the words TV, television 50 times and talk about things like sports and fantasy football and fantasy basketball. Like, who gives a fuck? Literally, everybody that was like me was like, okay, cool, but where the fuck are the video games? Like, where's the new Halo? Okay, and then they just showed Call of Duty and jerked off over how high detail a dog model is for 2 hours. We've had dogs in Call of Duty before, but never like this. It was, I don't know, man. Didn't they actually cancel that Suicide Squad live service game? Or is that still in the works? Suicide Squad publisher promises even more live service games. Get ready for future Batman and Harry Potter games that want even more money from your wallet. Like, this trend, if you can even call it a trend, I feel like this is just the way that the industry is going to go. Is just disgusting, man. So rather than create good games, they want to release mediocre games that can continue siphoning money out of your pocket by building this in-game economy. And we've already seen this bullshit Suicide Squad game. In one of the trailers, they had like legendary skins and rare skins and rare drops. Like, get the fuck out of here. If I ever see a legendary skin in a trailer, you can guarantee I'm not supporting that bullshit. And so what do when everybody says, well, I'm not going to support that? Well, they open their wallets and they reach out to people like XQC, and they reach out to people like Moon, and they reach out to Shroud, and they reach out to these big streamers. And I don't blame these streamers at all for accepting this money. I think it's smart on their part, you know, take the money, promote the game for a few weeks, profit, game dies in a month or so. You haven't really done that much damage. And you lined your pockets. So, hey, I respect it. I respect the hustle, man. But that's what they do. They reach out to big streamers and they say, hey, let's do a contract where you're a partner for this game, right? And, you know, they'll have the hashtag, they'll run the ads for like a week or two. The game will be kind of popular. And then as soon as those streamers stop playing, no one gives a shit. So, I mean, these live service games are doomed to fail. How many live service games can even continue for like years and years and years on end? The only one that I can think of that is pseudo successful right now would be Dead by Daylight, maybe. Overwatch 2 certainly isn't successful. It has lost a significant amount of players. It was successful maybe for the first 4 or 5 months, but the game is just too similar to Overwatch 1 to be of any substance. Do you think if I were to restart my quote unquote podcast, do you think these are the type of topics we should talk about? I would like to talk to other people though. I wouldn't want it to just be me. You know? Gotta have other folks on here, dude. And I would have to figure out a way. Well, we can use my Discord server because my Discord server is boosted where it would have really good audio quality, but to get lossless would be very difficult to do live. I would almost have to like pre-record it and just play it. But yeah, I don't know, man. This is the type of thing I need to make a YouTube video about just to get it all out, you know what I mean? Like, we're in this era where, unlike ever before, like Sony kind of started doing this in the PS3 era where they were releasing HD collections and stuff. But that wasn't nearly as, like, nowadays, all the industry wants to focus on are remakes and reboots and fucking remasters, everything. They want to bring everything from the past back. They want to bring back Max Payne, which I'm okay with that because Max Payne needed an update. But they want to bring back all these things and bring back all these licenses. Silent Hill is among them. But it's like, at what point do we realize that A, we're going to run out of popular franchises from the past to reboot, and B, who's even going to give a shit once we run through all this rigmarole and we bring back Shenmue, which failed, unfortunately, and we bring back Silent Hill, which looks like it's destined for failure. And we just bring back all this shit from the 90s and 2000s, potentially even the 80s. Like Marathon from Bungie is coming out, and that's a re-release of their, like, one of their very first games, and it's going to be live service. What happens when that inevitably... Okay, I'm not going to say it's going to flop, but I feel like the live service aspect is not going to go over very well, okay? Bungie has already had to do, like, massive layoffs because of Destiny 2's failures. So... I mean, at what point do we realize that this is a slippery slope? Like, we're going to run out of Metal Gear Solid's coming back, too. Metal Gear Solid 3 is getting its Delta remake or whatever. Like, this is not going to lead anywhere productive. It might generate some short-term, you know, quarterly boosts for these companies, but when they run out of franchises to bring back, like, where are we headed from there? Are they just outright refusing to release new stuff? And I don't know, dude. I don't know. But, you know, that said, PC gaming, I think, is in a better place because indie development is so popular right now. You know, people like Chilla's Art, people like Puppet Combo, tools like the Unity engine, you know, have made it very possible to strike it out on your own and work with a very small crowd-funded team. Or I think in Chilla's Art's case, it's mostly just him with a little bit of help from, you know, the Patreon supporters and stuff to be able to do it full time. But it gives you the freedom to have the ability to release these games on your own without the help of a big, massive corporation leaning over your head and making big decisions about monetization and horse shit like that, you know? The Bobby Kotick's of the world, you know, the Activision CEO or whatever, if he's even still the CEO, I don't know. I remember he was in hot water a few years back about dumb shit he did. That he absolutely did, by the way. Hell, Bobby Kotick is the reason why Overwatch had monetization in the first place. If you guys didn't know, Jeff Kaplan and a few of the other game directors like Aaron Keller didn't even want loot boxes in the game. They didn't even want that system. They wanted to make their money strictly on sales of the game itself. They wanted you to be able to unlock cosmetics on your own, but through gameplay challenges, not through loot boxes. But they basically said, we will not greenlight this project unless you introduce some form of loot box monetization system. So they had them by the balls because Activision and Blizzard were a merged company, and I think they still are. Did Microsoft ever end up purchasing them, or was that blocked? I thought that I read something about, like, I don't know if it was the FTC or what that had blocked that deal. Let me see if Microsoft ended up buying them. Microsoft Activision deal. No, they completed the acquisition last month. $68.7 billion. Holy shit. That's an unfathomable amount of money. That is an unfathomable amount of money. And the fact that Microsoft can just spend money like that is even crazier. They have so much fucking money. Microsoft has so much fucking money that they could open up their own space science research division if they wanted to, and it would not even break a sweat for them. They could open up a SpaceX competitor overnight, and it wouldn't really hurt their bottom line too much. It's unbelievable. Microsoft. You know what? I have an idea. You know who I should talk to about potentially being a co-host? Josh. I think me and Josh could have some really funny chemistry. I should bust out Audacity, ask him if he has like half an hour of time someday, and just record a conversation and see how it goes as like a demo reel, you know? Just see what you guys think. I would love to do something like that with him, because I think, you know, we have similar styles of humor, and I feel like we would have some decent chemistry there, but obviously it depends on if he wants to do it and if he has the time. I'll respect it if he doesn't. I'm not gonna have a meltdown or a temper tantrum. I just don't really think of a podcast as just a single person talking. I mean, it potentially can be, but I like the dynamic of having at least one person to talk to and sort of bounce things off of. My brain gets to a certain amount of money and then can no longer comprehend it. I think of money, I associate it with struggles and stress and tears. Yeah. Well, I mean, we've kind of had this conversation before, but, you know, research would suggest that the sweet spot for money actually being able to, quote unquote, buy happiness is about the 6-figure mark. So basically, well, it's probably a little bit more now with inflation, but basically, if you're an adult living in the United States, once you start to make about $100,000 to $125,000 a year, that's the point where money is the most congruent to happiness, because you don't have to worry about bills anymore. At that point, you can basically afford to buy whatever you want to buy. You can support your family to whatever capacity you want. For the most part. Not obviously you can't just give out money all day every day, but if you're making 6 figures in the US, that's pretty much the sweet spot. And once it starts to become actually more stressful in your life is once you cross the $500,000 threshold. Once you're making $500,000 or more per year, then you have to worry about a lot of things in your life that you didn't have to worry about when you were just making barely 6 figures. You can't trust anybody anymore. You don't know who's trying to get close to you just to get access to your money and rob you blind. It's almost impossible to find a meaningful relationship if you weren't already in one, because again, same situation. Someone might potentially be after your money. Men and women, let's be clear. They're both equally capable of doing such a thing. A lot of things, you know, and then it comes into like there have been situations in the past where people have hired CPAs and personal accountants who rob them blind because they just kind of give them, they're like, you know what, you handle my money and I don't want to think about it and you just do all this, and then they end up siphoning off money. Like there's so much extra bullshit you have to take into account when you become that wealthy that it becomes a detriment to your life, and it actually increases your stress and reduces your lifespan. But the early six-figure mark, like I said, 100 to 125,000 yearly salary, that's when money is the most equivalent to happiness. Because it just removes the stress of a lower salary income, and you don't have to worry about bills. You can support your family to whatever capacity you can. But like I said, once it starts to push that 500K, that's when it introduces more problems than it helps alleviate. And especially once you become a millionaire, it just, everything that was a nightmare about your life when you had 500,000 as a yearly salary gets multiplied to the nth degree when you become a millionaire. You literally can't trust a single person in your life when you become a millionaire unless you either already knew them, and in some cases you can't even trust them then, or you grew up with them or something and you're already on great terms with them. Unless you knew them from before you were wealthy, you can no longer trust a single human being in your life, because people are so adept at changing the way that they behave, act, talk to you, refer to you in conversations, hoping that you'll hear. Like they'll change their entire fucking attitude and lifestyle if it means potentially getting some of your money as a return, you know? I mean, I've told this story before, but people do scumbag shady shit when like a tiny bump in salary position shows up in a retail store. Like people will start taking pictures of each other and lying about each other because they want a position that pays like $2 more an hour. So if people are willing to do scumbag shit over a dead end retail job like that, like, okay, it's not dead end. Okay, I understand why people are like so cutthroat about it, but just multiply that. As the money increases, their behavior gets more and more erratic and they're willing to do crazier shit. You know what I mean? Man, I can't believe this this conversation all snowballed out of Silent Hill Ascension. Holy shit. This is what happens when you get me ranting. You get me ranting and raving about fucking Silent Hill Ascension. It just snowballs into everything else. I'm thinking about my whole life right now, dude. But no. I don't know. I think I might try to do like an audio only podcast and just see, what people think of it. Because I don't ever really sit and think about mic settings anymore. I think I'm kind of over that. But if I could just like turn all the fans off and make sure I'm in a nice isolated area like this is, and just sit down and try to record something for, maybe 30 minutes at a time, have things that I want to talk about, maybe questions you guys have thrown at me. I think it could be cool. What's up, Salt? Oh, I'll hydrate, and I'm certainly not a brand whore, by the way, but I will hydrate for you. Stampy Wampy. Silent Hill Ascension got brought up, and I went on a fucking rant for the ages. That's been going on for roughly 40 minutes at this point. Oh, you don't know the half of it, dude. It's literally just a glorified cutscene generator mobile game with a disgusting predatory monetization system. No, Liquid Death doesn't get sold here. It's just water. The white cans are just still mountain water, and the black cans are sparkling water. They have a lot of flavors. They have like a mango flavor, a berry flavor, a few others. I don't know. I actually don't know if it's sold in Canada. But I originally found out about it because they sponsored a few skaters way back when, and then they ended up sponsoring Battle at the Barracks 12, and that's when it like blew up. But I'm not making this shit up. I swear this keeps happening to me. I get things right before they pop off, and then when they become popular, everybody calls me a hype beast. Like this mic, for example. I bought this shit late 2019 before the wave really started, and then like during the pandemic, people started buying this shit in droves because they were all stuck at home, and all these celebrities wanted to start their podcasts. All these former athletes or current athletes wanted to start podcasts because they had nothing going on. They were sitting at home. Everybody starts buying the SM7B, and then people come in here like, oh, bro, you're such a hype beast. I had it before, motherfucker. I had it before. Don't ever call me that again, dude. My ego can't take any more of that. The fragility is so strong, dude. Anyways, you guys can tell I was ready for a bit of a rant tonight, if you couldn't tell. Why does everyone use the same mic, dude? It's not the end all be all of mics. If you want my honest answer. So headphones can be tuned dark or bright. The most popular headphones are tuned very bright, meaning if you have a mic that also is bright and it has a treble emphasis, it's going to sound like nails in your ears. It's going to be very sharp, very harsh, very unsavory to listen to. The SM7B scoops out the treble. So if you're wearing bright headphones, it sounds perfect in your ears. So the most popular headphones are bright. This mic skews pretty dark. So it's the perfect molding to put those two things together. Oh, absolutely, you can EQ it. Just for example, I'm EQing this now. I have the treble bumped up. All the treble frequencies are bumped up a decibel. So I'm EQing it now. But I'm just saying, that's the reason why it's such a popular choice, is because it rejects background noise really well, where you can only speak into it from one side. All this area rejects noise really well, so you can't really hear like a fan or an AC unit running. And it comes with a tuning that people enjoy listening to in like their car, all these different things. It's just a classic like broadcast tuning that people are used to from like the radio. They're used to it from other podcasts. They're used to it from like Howard Stern. Robin Quivers uses this mic, all kinds of different things. I feel like it's the popular choice because people say it's the popular choice. You're not wrong. That actually has like exploded here in the past couple of years. I would say that this is arguably the most popular mic in the world right now, and it has nothing to do with whether or not it's better than other mics. This mic has become this bullshit status symbol where it's great and it's great at what it does, but it is just on this like pedestal where people worship it and act like it's the greatest thing ever invented by humans. It's not, first of all, but you know, it has this status because it's been around for so long, and because everybody who's on camera, and I'm guilty of the same thing, I guess you could say, uses it, and everybody sees it and they buy it just because their favorite streamer or their favorite YouTuber uses it, you know? They don't want to do an ounce of research. They just want SM7B, Cloud Lifter, boom, bam, done. And I have the same setup. I realize I'm being a hypocrite. A hypocritical just factory right now. Well, the inner workings of this are identical to an SM57 or an SM58. It just doesn't look as good on camera. There's probably mics that are better for different things, but people use these anyway. Yeah, these are, like, for example, these are fucking terrible for ASMR because you have to crank the gain really high that all you're going to hear is hissing. Like, these types of dynamic mics are horrendous for ASMR. So when I see people using this for ASMR, I'm like, what are you doing, dude? That is literally the worst use case for this mic. Spoken word, it's really good. But ASMR, no. Like, just no. Don't do that. Blue Yeti is a phenomenal ASMR mic. You know why? Because it has a stereo mode. If you flip on stereo mode on the Blue Yeti, you can talk into either side of it, and it'll play in everybody's left and right ear respectively. That is the best starter ASMR mic. Get one of those like fuzzy windscreens, put it on top, and you can use that bitch for ASMR for years with no issues. That is one USB mic that I will absolutely defend. I think the Blue Yeti is a phenomenal mic. And the Yeti X sounds great. Like, I've heard people talk into that shit, and I thought it was a much more expensive mic. You bought a mic because I wanted an adjustable pickup pattern. I don't even know if it even works well. Yeah. Well, I had this mic called the Fifine K669, which was like a $20 USB mic. Just, you know, Fifine is known as like a cheapo Chinese company, but it sounded so clear. It was like the most crystal clear mic I've ever heard in my life. You just never know. Like, it all depends on the construction, and there's a lot of factors, but... Yeah, I do cringe inside a little bit when I see people using this mic like all wrong. Like, for example, there's a Counter-Strike player, I'm not going to name who it is, but he has his gain cranked so fucking high that you can literally hear him breathing from like this. He sits like this. He sits way far back. The mic is way in front of him, and you can hear him go like this every 2 seconds. Even though he's way far back. It's like, bro, please, just watch a podcastage video about gain settings. Please, for the love of God. Don't hurt your viewers' ears any further, please. This is like my mission on this fucking website, is to help people get better audio to their audience's ears. Audio is so much more important than video, guys. Fuck the video. You can use any like $30 webcam and it'll work fine. Once you're small like this, nobody's going to give a shit what your camera quality is, because when the game is running and everything else is running, no one can even tell. But audio is so important. It is the most crucial component. Because if people can lurk in your stream, if people can listen to your stream, well, and I've had people come in here that are very kind and generous, and they will say things like, I like your mic quality, or this, that, like Usagi was in here the other day saying she loves to listen to the stream because the mic quality. It's like, well, I didn't plan on that. I can't stand the sound of my own voice, but I'm glad you guys like it. I hate how I look. I don't even like looking at my reflection, for fuck's sake. Oh, I'm not a fan of being on stream, but or I'm not a fan of being on camera as often as I am. Like finishing the October Marathon, one of my favorite things was not having to be on camera. But you just get used to it. You know, it's like anything else. You know, I didn't like it in the beginning, of course, but you get used to it. Now when I look over at the preview, it sounds weird, but it's like I have this... I don't know what you would even call the term, but it's like when I look over at the preview and I see the full screen face cam just to make sure there's no drop frames or anything, it's like I'm looking at another person, if that makes any sense. Like I don't even think, oh, that's me. You know what I mean? Like over time, you just think about it as a stream preview. You just became a shark avatar? Yeah, I know some people like to do like the animated avatars, like whenever they talk, the avatar's mouth opens or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think equipment is not the most important thing. Absolutely not. Equipment is not the most important thing. Knowing how to utilize settings is the most important thing. If you understand how to use gain, if you understand how to use EQ, if you understand how to use compression, and you apply these things in a way that complements your voice, that's the ticket. You just have to do a little bit of research and you know, try not to copy people's settings, because just copying someone's settings is not going to work, because you need to make sure that you're using settings that complement your own voice, because everybody's voice is so different. Like I see these Fortnite kids buying this mic, and they go into the mixer and they crank the bass up to fucking 9 because they want that radio voice. You don't do that. If you don't have a radio voice, you just don't have it. Sorry to say. I don't have a radio voice. What am I going to do? Crank the bass up to 9 to force it and fucking blow your guys' subwoofers out? No. If you don't have a radio voice, you don't have one. Sorry to say. Cooking ice for my iced coffee in the morning. Make sure you freeze your boiled water so next time you need boiling water, it's ready already. Yeah, just put your boiling water in a Ziploc bag and throw it in the freezer. That way you get easy access, dude. Put it in the reverse microwave. You know how it goes? Let me see if I can find this. Like, here's the thing. Here's my biggest problem. And I'll admit that this is a problem that I have. I can't settle on anything. Like, I have this grass is greener problem, and it's a huge issue where I will look at other people's setups, for example, and I'll say, oh, that's cool, I want to do that. But it just never ends. I think that I like my setup as it is, and then I see somebody else's setup. I'm like, ooh, I want to try that, or I want to try this, and I want to try that. But it requires me to change so much shit. It's like, for some reason, I just can't be content with the shit that I'm already using. I don't know why. It's weird. It's my biggest issue. Because I lose confidence in the decisions that I make in terms of content creation and just layout of the stream in general, because I want to emulate somebody else's setup, when in reality, nobody gives a shit. Like, that's the reality. Nobody gives a shit. And I'm not saying that in like a, oh, I'm the only person that cares this much. No, not in like an egotistical way. I just mean like viewers aren't concerned with those things. Only streamers are concerned with those things. They don't matter. The content is king. The fucking equipment and the transitions and the fancy webcam frames and shit, none of that shit matters. The content is king. That's all that matters. You and the content you put out, that's it. Period, end of story. That stuff is supplementary. It's nowhere near as important. Holy shit, how is it 11 already, dude? The only thing I'm jealous of other streamers about is the fact that they are consistently streaming. Hey, what's up, Future Mute, by the way? Oh yeah, she's not in here quite yet, but I want to congratulate Lulza Rooney for getting her new job. Me and her both interviewed on the exact same day, and we both ended up getting the jobs that we interviewed for, so I said she was my good luck charm, dude. You know. Okay, I just tried to swallow my own spit. I don't recommend. Woo! I don't recommend. Okay. So, the funny thing about Lulza Rooney is she was my very first mod way back when in 2013. She was the first person that wasn't from my school who found out about my stream that I modded, and she was from the UK. She was from London at the time. So along with Cap'n Kitty Cat and Gavin Pro, those are the three people that have been watching this stream the longest, like over 10 years. I'm sorry for that cough then, if that's the case, Meg. I probably just exploded your speakers and scared the cats. I know, yeah. My cats would freak out at some shit like that. Ears would be pinned back. They'd go, like, Dad, what the fuck was that, dude? But no, for sure, Future Mute. Like, at my work, one of my coworkers was talking about how he was going on the first date his first date in like 15 years. Cause him and his longtime partner separated. And I was just thinking to myself, like, dude, if I wasn't dating Bridget, nobody else would put up with the amount of hours that I stream. Like, any other girl would be like, fuck this, let's go do something. You know, this is horse shit. Like, but Bridget is very supportive, and we've just known each other for so long that she's just like, this is what he does, and she's a-okay with it, very supportive. So, yeah. But I'm well aware that basically an extremely small amount of other women would actually put up with this shit. I'm well aware, trust me. I'm very lucky. She's a good one, as they say. She's a keeper. No, I'm not rubbing it in. I'm saying, like, it's insanity how much I stream. Even, you know, even considering October, right? So October, I had so much shit going on. I had to prepare for the most important interview since I've been at this job in the past 4 years. I had to prepare a bunch of training materials to bring with me in the interview as a proof of concept that I knew how to create training curriculum. And I also had to stream at least 4 hours every single night. That's why I had to miss just one night. I did 30 days still, but I had to miss like the 22nd because I just needed that time to finish that out and bang the rest of that training material out. So that, the marathon plus work, so 153 hours of streaming, plus work, plus Bridget, plus the cats, plus keeping up with all the other IRL shit like bills and everything else, which that's completely ancillary. Like, I could do that with my eyes closed at this point. But yeah, it was a lot. And that's why I can only do that really once or twice a month. That's wife material right there. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. You're in fact very correct. Look at this picture I found of, I want to show you guys this. I found this in the archives today. It's awesome. Look at this picture of baby Snick. And Bridget. Look at that. Baby Snick even looked like a little firecracker grumpy ass, I tell you, dude. That cat literally never looks happy. She is, though, for real. She only ever looks happy when she's asleep or when we're both sitting on the couch watching, like, Kitchen Nightmares. Because we like to, sometimes we'll make food and we'll sit on the couch in the living room and watch Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, the UK version. And anytime we watch that, she jumps on the couch and sleeps and is in a very good mood. Yeah, she was very tiny in that picture, probably like 5-6 months old, I would guess. But yeah, I don't know if I was just thinking about it today. I was like, if I lived alone, I don't think I'd be able to do this. Because ever since we had our break-in in 2019, I don't like really being at the apartment by myself late at night. Just, you know, it's not like I'm paranoid. I just don't like it, really. Like, I start to over-obsess about sounds that I hear in the distance and shit, because it's like, if I'm sitting in here with these closed-back headphones on, I wouldn't be able to hear if somebody kicked the fucking door in anyway. You see Gordon's 49-year-old wife just had a baby? Holy shit. I didn't, but that's kind of crazy, though. I think he already has a son and a daughter, right? Maybe even 3 kids. Yeah, I think he has 3. Dude, people have discarded firearms beside my house on multiple occasions. He has 6 kids. Damn, I didn't even realize. One of them was some dude chasing some other dude up the street and they were shooting at each other. Good lord. Oh, discharged, yeah. Oh yeah, we hear gunshots. At our old apartment building, we heard gunshots outside the door a few times. Not like right outside the door, but we heard gunshots like close enough that we could hear them from our bedroom. That was always fun. Oh yeah, at the Walmart I used to work at, we would have people come in like in the most ungodly hours of the night and leave used needles in the fucking bathroom, dude. All the time. All the time, unfortunately. Hey, what's up, Medicine Man? You kind of missed like a rant for the fucking ages about Silent Hill Ascension. It started out as a rant about that game, and it expanded out to just the entire gaming industry at large. Yeah, Stamp, that kind of experience would put anyone on edge after that. I wouldn't be comfortable in the house alone either. Yeah, well, the other day I had a scare. I had just signed in the morning, and before daylight savings kicked in, 7 a.m. was when I was signing in. And it was still dark outside. So I sign in and we have like this patio door right next to my office. And I just hear this loud fucking bang on it. I legit thought somebody was trying to kick it in. So I turn on the light and I like grabbed a plumbing wrench. There's like it was like a fucking 10-pound wrench. I was ready to fucking swing if I had to. And it was just a cat charging into the fucking door because he was looking at my cats. And for some reason he felt the need to charge into the glass door like an idiot. It was loud though, dude. I thought the fucking door was gonna break. This dude just rammed his head full speed into the fucking glass door, and I just looked down. He just goes, just stares at me. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Yep, that's about when we got robbed. It was starting to be like mid to late November, and I'm sure they were going around looking for fucking Christmas trees. It's just disgusting, man. All they ended up stealing was gaming shit anyway. So it's probably like some stupid kids. You know? They stole PS4s, a fucking USB gaming headset. Funny enough, they left all my computer stuff. They didn't take a single thing of my computer stuff. They left my headphones, they left all my monitors, they left my mouse and my keyboard. Despite my mouse being wireless, they didn't bother taking it. It was very bizarre. They just stole our PS4s, all the cables for them. They stole the PS4 controllers, all the games that they could find. You know, it's just dumb shit. Probably just stupid kids shoving whatever gaming stuff they could into a backpack because they wanted it. And they tried to buy Fortnite V-Bucks on my account, and they tried to pre-order Last of Us 2 on Tusk's account because we were roommates at the time. Fucking so dumb. As if I'm not gonna instantly as if I'm not gonna instantly dispute that charge. So Silent Hill Ascension is basically a cutscene. Like, it's a mobile game that a cutscene will play, and it just has you do typical mobile phone gestures like swiping and rapidly tapping, and you either survive or you don't survive. And they try to act like the community at large is responsible for helping characters survive and stuff. It's so bad, dude. And if you spend your hard-earned money, you can earn what's called IP or influencer points so that you get more sway in the decisions that get made by the community. And you even get a badge that says top influencer if you spend the most money. It's so disgusting. It's fucking egregious. Oh, 100%. They're dog shit at it. Oh, yeah. There's a fucking, like, sticker in the game that just says, "It's trauma," with an exclamation point. It's almost as bad as the trophy in the HD collection after you fight the abstract daddy boss and Angela's like having a full-on breakdown. And then the trophy says, "You've unlocked a trophy." And the title is Childhood Trauma. Dude, you can't just say it. You can't just say it. That ruins all the subtlety. You can watch it later if you want also. Probably YouTube, but I was on Tubi of all places and it was on there. Oh, the Ascension cutscenes, you mean? What's up, Hot Sauce? Weak writing skills is what it is. Yep. I posted it in the fucking meme channel in my Discord, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. It's a terrible time to be a Silent Hill fan. Here's the It's Trauma sticker, dude. A legendary sticker. Oh my Lanta. Holy shit. Legendary sticker. Epic facepalm. Okay, Eric facepalm. Khaki slacks. What the fuck is this shit? Buy season pass for $19.99. This is so dog shit, dude. I blew my nose, holy shit. Oh, really, Mag? Yeah, I used to do some cool shit freelance as well. Like, I used to do transcription on the side. Like, I've mentioned this before, but it was for a website called rev.com. I'm under an NDA still, because when you sign an NDA, it's like very binding of a contract, so I cannot talk about the projects I worked on specifically. But I can say there were some popular TV shows that would come through and it would be like the raw camera feeds, and they would want me to transcribe everything that every individual person is saying, and each person would get their own color and I would have to put their names in, and it was a pretty weird job to do freelance, but it helped a lot because you got paid straight through your PayPal once a week. So it was really nice income that I could count on to do like grocery shopping and gas and shit back in 2019 when I needed it. Yeah, here it is. Both. It would depend on what the customer wanted. They would put in notes of what they were requesting. So here's the trophy from HD Collection. Holy shit, dude. Grocery shopping, yeah. Well, some people say grocery, right? Does it really fucking matter, dude? Does it really fucking matter? No! It doesn't. What do you guys think of this new camera frame, by the way? Is it too small? I can make it a little bigger like that. I like it, yeah. For just this, I like it at this size, but if I was playing a game, I would make it a little bit smaller. FaceTime vibes. Yeah, I like it. I wasn't able to put a drop shadow on it, but I do have a black border around it, so I'm not really concerned about that. Yeah, I don't know. Whenever Silent Hill 2 Remake actually gets a release date, I'm gonna have to probably borrow Tusk's PS5. He said that he rarely uses it, but I'll have to see if he either wants to come down for like a weekend or something and play it, or if he's okay with just me borrowing it and streaming it. I'll have to see. Oh, I got you, dude. I got you. I don't think it's releasing on Steam at the same time now. Holy fuck, that was loud. That jump scared me.
Come on, let's go.
Dude, Metal Gear Solid 1 is such a great game. Just hearing those sound effects makes me want to play it again. Oh, one of these. It's so loud.
Come on, let's go.
Dude, literally how do people chug beer like that? I would just fucking reactionarily puke. Chugging Corona, no. Yeah, Corona's so fucking nasty. Of a beer. See, I like beers that are so fucking mild you can barely even tell that they exist. It's like Corona, like not Corona, Coors Light, dude. Coors Light is literally, it's like 95% water. It's the most light beer in the world, and if you put it in the freezer until it gets that frost on top, it may as well just be cold water. Oh, Stella Artois. Yeah, Stella's okay. You've only had the virus, not the beer. I got you. I tried Corona once. I fucking hated it. It's a very skunky smelling beer. It's one of those beers that smells so fucking off-putting, I never want to eat it anyways. Or eat it. I never want to drink it anyways. No, I did not have it with a lime. I got it I made it extremely cold in the freezer and drank it straight out of the glass bottle from the freezer. Guinness Guinness is like the coffee of beers. Guinness is like a very, very dark stout, right? It's like a dark, bitter coffee mixed with a beer, which is just, yeah, it basically is a meal. When they say liquid bread, they mean it. Store-bought brand. I fuck with Blue Moon. I like Blue Moon. Because it's a full body beer, but it has a little bit of like a fruit character to it. Like you can actually taste the orange part of it. So I think Blue Moon's okay. I just don't like full bodied beers. It's a little bit too much for me. There's so many fucking carbs. Ryan does too. Yeah, well, I think Ryan needs to get his own opinions at this point. Because it sounds like, you know, he says he used to skate and all these different things. And now he likes the same beer that I like. How about he stops opinion stealing and gets an original thought? He's older than me. It doesn't matter. I brought my opinions to the forefront first. That's all that matters. Anyway, the weather. So yeah, what means it took him longer to find an identity? Exactly, dude. Exactly. See, future, you know, great minds, they think alike. We have a little Sunday routine: church, lunch, football game / nap, shopping, dinner. It's fun making him go grocery shopping with me on Sundays now. You know, I actually haven't been in a very long time. We either order groceries or Bridget grabs them while she's out. It's just kind of the routine that we've gotten into. But yeah, I miss just like walking around the grocery store talking, you know, about stuff. It can be very therapeutic if you're like off work that day and you just want to, you know, spend an hour, 2 hours in a grocery store just looking at different foods for recipes and different things. Now, not so much now because I'm doing very, very strict carnivore. So all I'm fucking eating is grass-fed beef with Redmond's real salt. And very occasionally I'll throw eggs in for breakfast, but it's a very, very restrictive diet, but I feel really good on it. Like you guys have noticed tonight, I have had an absurd amount of energy for a random Sunday night, and it's not even because of the coffee, because I'm only drinking half caffeine. I just feel very clear-headed when I eat this diet. Yeah, flu and COVID are definitely picking up. I thought I had something major a couple days ago. When I was on stream last, I felt like dog shit. I could barely make it to like the 3-hour mark. I felt so bad. I don't know what the hell that was, but I NyQuil'd it and slept it out of existence. It's not keto. It is only protein. So it is only ruminant meat, which means meat that comes from an animal that has a rumen in its stomach. So beef, bison, lamb are primarily what you're going to be eating. With just salt, no black pepper, just real salt that has like, what I use, it's called Redmond's real salt. It's mined in Utah somewhere. And it has like magnesium, potassium, and a whole bunch more minerals than you would get out of like table salt or iodized salt. So it's much better to use it. Yeah, no black pepper. Because black pepper can knock you out of ketosis. So you have to just use beef, salt, water. That's got to make up 90 to 95% of your diet. Just beef, salt, water. And you can have a little bit more fat, so you can leave a little bit of the grease in there if you want, or some people like to use butter. But I'm not a fan of butter on top of beef. It's a little bit too much for me. I like butter on steak, like a butter-basted steak is okay, but yeah, pink salt's fine. Himalayan pink salt, Celtic salt, and Redmond's real salt are the top 3 choices if you're going to do carnivore. Yep, Himalayan pink salt is great. You just basically want a salt that has more in it. Like, because you're not going to be getting those minerals, you need to get them from your salt. And you can be really generous with the salt, too. Celtic salt is amazing, but it's super expensive. Well, most of the fucking food that's sold has so much sodium and shit pumped into it, you don't even need to add any, you know? Like, most of the shit that's sold is just packed to the fucking ceiling with grease and salt. Most American food. Celtic, it's a C. As in, well, Celtic salt, I guess you would call it. But it's basically, it's very similar to like, it's very similar to what I was describing with the, Redmond's real salt. Damn it, dude. My fucking location keeps trying to autofill. Okay. But yeah, here's Celtic salt. It's very expensive. For 1 pound, it's $26. Like, it's super, super expensive. Yeah, it's basically sea salt, is what it comes down to. But I use Redmond's real salt, which is amazing. This is the exact thing that I bought, is this exact shaker here. This thing is fucking amazing. It has so much in it, besides just sodium chloride. It's got 60 plus trace minerals in it. And it is actually a very unique flavor. It's like twice the intensity of standard salt. And I'm not just saying that. And this is like backed by science too. Like, doctors have verified that this is one of the best salts you can buy, because it actually does have a decent amount of those minerals in it. There's quite a few doctors on YouTube that vouch for this stuff. I mean, the ratings speak for themselves, dude. Look at that. That's one of the best rating ratios you will ever see on Amazon. Especially with all the fucking Karens that are on this website, for real. I've done an absurd amount of research into salt and different meats when thinking about starting this diet, so. But basically, you want fattier cuts, like bottom round is okay. Ribeye is great. You want fattier cuts because your body's going to be switching from carbs to fat as an energy source, so you can accidentally do what's called rabbit starvation, where you eat such lean meat that you actually end up starving. Because your body needs fat when you're switching off of carbs as an energy source, so you need to make sure to keep the fat content decently high in your food. Salt is just salt for me, dude. Only thing that matters is consistency. I know, I used to think that, but I'm telling you, this real salt tastes so different. And it is like 2, if not 3 times the intensity of standard salt. You don't need nearly as much, and it just makes your food explode with flavor. It tastes fucking amazing. That's why so many people talk about it. Fucking monosodium. I'm an agent for Big Salt? This is a small startup company, dude. If I was an agent for Big Salt, I'd be out here talking smack about anything that's not Morton's, you know? That's not Morton's iodized salt. Yeah, monosodium glutamate. There's like a bunch of paranoia about MSG, dude. Like, so many people will sit there and talk about MSG as if it's the most poisonous thing you can put inside your body. Meanwhile, in Asian cuisine, they use it in virtually everything. And they're like some of the, especially Japanese people, use it a ton. You think Morton's would have gotten into the gamer subs game by now? There used to be a company called Gamer Grub, and it was basically just a trail mix company. They went out of business, but you can still find Gamer Grub on eBay. That's like 10 years out of date. It's so fucked up. Fucking Gamer Grub. You used to be able to get it at like Fry's Electronics or Best Buy and stuff. Oh, there's no more on eBay, but there used to be. There used to be some on eBay. The lethal dose for regular salt is lower than MSG, so you could OD on salt before you could OD on MSG. Yeah. Yeah, but it takes a shit ton. Well, it was literally just your bare bones like trail mix company. They had like a fruit, they had like a raisin trail mix, and they had one that was like chocolate and peanut butter. It had like M&Ms and Reese's Pieces type shit in it. It was literally just a trail mix. That's all it was. Mushrooms, yeah. Mushrooms on toast is really fucking good, dude. There was some BS MSG scare back in the day. It's all nonsense, yeah. Yeah, I remember so many fucking scare tactics growing up. Like, I remember when cellular phones, like they were still using that full word cellular on the news. They were like, oh, radiation. And the more you use your phone, especially in something to do with using it specifically at the gas pump, would like enhance the amount of radiation you were introducing to your body. And then it got completely debunked and everybody stopped talking about it like overnight. But it was a big thing for a while. Like, oh my God, the radiation everyone's getting from holding their phone so close to their ear all the time. Oh my God. And it's just complete horseshit. There was so much fear-mongering nonsense on the news growing up. No, I can't eat mushrooms on my diet. My diet is strictly beef, salt, and water right now. That's all I can eat, which I actually like. I mean, it reduces any of the complication. It's not like it's hard to go in there, crush a pound of beef up in a pan and eat half of it at a time. It's about as easy to cook as it fucking gets. So I just got to drain the grease out. That's all. I drain like a good 75-80% of the grease out. But yeah, it's interesting because I was watching a video about this doctor named Ken Berry, who's a very big advocate of the carnivore diet, and he's actually written a book called like The True Human Diet. And it's sometimes called the Lion Diet, but it basically just involves eating ruminant meat, which is, like I said, it's like cattle that have this compartment in their stomach called a rumen. Whenever they eat grass, the rumen and the other compartments in their stomach basically create such a fucking clean product. By the time it actually becomes protein and it becomes muscle in their body and you eat that, it's like the most clean, sterile fucking meat you could possibly eat. And that's why it's such a healthy diet. And, you know, everybody, when it comes to carnivore, they're always talking about like, oh, you're not getting the probiotics and you're not getting any leafy greens. Well, yeah, you kind of are, because you're getting the byproducts of the grass that the cow ate. You know, you're getting the byproducts of the grass that the bison was eating. You know, it doesn't work that way. Like some of the healthiest food is like elk meat. For example, elk meat, all elks do, they eat fresh berries, they eat extremely fresh natural things. Extremely fresh natural things in the wild. And so when you eat their meat, you get byproducts of that. And it has tons of vitamins. It's extremely healthy. Bro, nah, my math professor was a carnivore, like hardcore carnivore. Oh no. You're about to tell me something bad. Look, I want to be clear. Let me be clear. I'm not a medical expert, nor do I claim to be. Most of the evidence out there regarding this diet, there is a lot of it that's backed by real doctors, but there's also a lot of anecdotal evidence out there of people that are in their 50s and 60s and sometimes even 70s who say that this diet has not only improved their overall health, but saved their life in some cases. Like it has brought them back from the brink of diabetes. It's brought them back from the brink of autoimmune diseases. It has cleared up their symptoms. It's cleared their severe digestive issues, like massive amounts of like GERD or acid reflux. It cures that for people. It, in a lot of people's words, it has cured them of lifelong ailments, and they no longer need prescriptions that they were given like decades ago. Now, it's just words, but there are a lot of people out there that are backing this shit up. He got all of his vitamins and shit because he ate specific parts of animals. Yeah, organ meat is really good. I'm just not a fan of organ meat, I'll be honest. I don't like liver. I don't like brain. I don't like that shit. But it's true. It's 100% true. Organ meat from animals is also very healthy. But, but the thing that's interesting is there are two like opposite ends of the spectrum you can be on, and people still say that it makes them feel amazing. Like you can either be 100% plant-based and avoid, I think the big problem in America is processed sugars and carbs. I think the carbs and the processed sugars that we eat on a standard American diet are the primary issue. So as long as you can get away from that, that's where you start to lose some of your, some of your symptoms. I think those are the cause of the majority of our symptoms. They're so fucking toxic. Like, I knew somebody who traveled out of the country, and they came back into America and they started eating like standard American foods, like boxed burrito pasta you would buy from the store and all these different things. And they said their stomach felt like it was burning when they started to eat the American diet food again. It's like, what the fuck is in our food? There's something severely wrong with the way that we're eating in the US, and most Western countries are like this too. There's something severely wrong with the way that we're eating. People are not meant to be, storing all this fat on their bodies. They're just not meant to do it. And we know that's true because some of the healthiest people in human history were like the Native Americans, and all they ever ate was bison meat. They had wild animal meat like 24/7. That's the majority of what they ate. And they were insanely in shape. They could run 12 to 13 hours a day and not even bat a fucking eye. Like, there's something majorly wrong with the way people are fucking eating. The doctor put it in a very crass way, but he said people should not be this fat and stupid. I'm overweight, so I'm in that category too. But, he was like, I don't mean that in an insulting way. I just mean it in, this is what this diet has done to us. The food pyramid diet. By the way, the food pyramid is complete horseshit. It was not designed with any health-oriented knowledge in mind. It was actually designed by the Department of Agriculture to make you think that you need the products that they're producing. So the food pyramid is complete horseshit. It has no basis in health science whatsoever. Yeah, the food pyramid is complete horseshit scam. We do not need grains every day in our diet. We don't need corn every day in our diet. We don't need any of that bullshit. But that's what I'm saying. Like, people seem to be at odds about this because either they go 100% carnivore and they feel incredible, or they go 100% plant-based and they feel incredible. And both sides argue that the other side shouldn't be doing what it's doing, but they're like, why do I feel the best I've felt since I was in my 20s and I'm like 62 years old, And all of my blood work is coming back good. My cholesterol is great. Like, why is it curing me of all these ailments that I've had my entire life? Why am I able to get off of my prescriptions as I get older? Because I fixed my diet. And it goes both ways. I think the biggest thing, regardless of whether if you go 100% plant-based, organic, or vegan, that whole route, or if you go carnivore, you're cutting out the toxic bullshit, which is the carbs, the processed sugar, like Hot Sauce said, the enriched pasta, all this bullshit with preservatives in it that we should not be eating. Yeah, we all need a little Jonathan Davis in our diet, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I remember hearing something about that, like Kellogg's, the company, paid for it, the food pyramid, to like be distributed in schools and everything. The other thing is dairy milk. Like, humans should not be drinking nearly as much dairy milk as we do. You know what happens when you give a newborn cow's milk? They die. It's called crib death. If you give a newborn baby cow's milk, they die. We should not be drinking that bullshit. So many people are lactose intolerant. I'm too lazy and depressed to be vegan, vegetarian, carnivore, whatever the vegetarian equivalent for carnivore is. Once Jordan Peterson embraced carnivore, people that never would have cared about it started calling it BS. My favorite comment about that, though, Hot Sauce, is there was this hilarious old lady in one of the comment sections of Joe Rogan had a doctor on there, and she was basically discussing carnivore diet. And this was before Jordan Peterson's daughter or whoever had appeared on his podcast, so he could ask her about it. And this awesome old lady in the comments said, "I'm 70 years old, Nobody my entire life cared when I was eating McDonald's, Burger King, pizza my whole life. But now all of a sudden that I've made this change to carnivore, people want to tell me what I'm doing wrong with my diet. It's like, that's so true. You know, nobody gave a shit to stop me when I was eating these sugary fucking awful cereals that are just toxic to kids that they market toward kids. But now that I've started eating nothing but meat and trying to improve my lifestyle, now all of a sudden everybody's got a comment or two to give me. They always got to throw their 2 cents in. Animals other than cows drink cow's milk and it fucks their GIs up, gastrointestinal tracts. That shit about giving cats milk is fucked. Yeah. Yeah, I don't recommend cow's milk. Like, if you absolutely must use milk, use like oat milk or almond milk. That's what I would recommend. Me personally, I'm not even lactose intolerant, but when I drink milk, dairy milk, for the first time in a long time, like Thanksgiving and my Christmas, because I'm born on Christmas, so it's kind of like a birthday Christmas celebration. When we make macaroni and cheese, for example, or mashed potatoes with real whole dairy milk in it, I literally feel like someone is punching me in the stomach and my stomach burns. If it's been several months since I've drank dairy milk, that's my body trying to tell me, what the fuck is this shit? This should not be in your body. And I bloat really bad and I feel horrible. Like, it's not good. We should not be drinking fucking dairy milk in my mind. And that might just be me. No, I'm not. I promise I'm not lactose intolerant. I got tested for it when I was a kid. I know it can change over time, but I got tested a couple times and I never, I never was lactose intolerant to my knowledge. Yeah, I've never had any issue with it, but when your body's used to it, you're fine. You can become, well, yeah, I guess that's true. I haven't been tested in a while, so maybe I should. But you can get lactose-free milk. I mean, when I was a kid, I had no idea what the hell people were saying. I thought they were saying lactose and tolerant. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at, Hot Sauce. Like, people that aren't sensitive to dairy at all are the outlier. The people that are sensitive to dairy are by far the majority. Yeah, I just, for some reason, I thought it was lactose and tolerant. Like this. I just didn't know what the hell people were saying when they used that term. I didn't know. I was like in fucking grade school. And have you guys ever looked at a gallon of milk, by the way, especially whole milk? Have you seen how much sugar and fat is in that bullshit? If you drink... I'm dying. If you drink like a decent sized cup of that shit, it's like 40 grams of sugar and a shit ton of fat. Like, that can't be good. It cannot be good to be putting that much sugar in your body. Lactose is sugar too. Yeah. Like, that's not good. Like, anytime you're drinking something that just has massive amounts of sugar and fat in it, that's probably not something you should be putting in your body. Natural sugar is okay. Natural sugar you can get out of fruits and shit. But yeah, diabetes scares the shit out of me. And, that very same doctor that I was talking about, he has a whole lecture about this where he says diabetes is not what we know it as. Like, people say diabetes is, because of increased sugar intake and, all these factors that are causing your pancreas to go haywire. No, what diabetes is it's processed food disease. That's what diabetes is, and that's what we need to start calling it. We need to start calling it processed food disease. And as soon as someone becomes pre-diabetic, we need to eliminate all processed foods from their diet. And just watch how quickly it regresses. No, I get it, dude. Sugar is delicious. It's amazing, but there's no sugary, there's no cake or cookie or any of that shit that feels better than I feel when I'm clear-headed and I'm eating a carnivore diet. There's just, I don't want to give it up. Like, when I feel this good and I feel this clear-headed, eating something like that, I know it's going to make me feel like shit. It's going to give me some more heartburn. Like, But like I said, natural sugars are okay. You can get those out of fruit, but it's the processed sugar that's the issue. Fucking snack cakes and muffins and cookies and all this store-bought bullshit that has processed sugar in it. Naturally occurring sugar is not the problem. Change your name to I'm Only Sugar right now, poser. Got him. Absolutely got him. Salt says plants eat cake and ice cream. Factual. Factual. But like I said, I'm not even trying to be preachy about it. I'm just saying like my reasonings. And my personal reasonings are that I just don't feel like any like, of course, if I see like one of my favorite Little Debbie cakes or whatever, like an oatmeal cream pie, no comment, or like I don't fucking know, cosmic brownie or any of that bullshit, like of course I would want to eat it. Honey buns, of course I would want to eat it, but I know what's going to happen when I eat it. I know what the consequences are going to be. I'm going to feel like shit. My stomach is going to be on fire because it's going to be like, whoa, what are all these carbs, and increase acid production. I'm going to have indigestion as I'm trying to go to sleep. It's just not worth it, man. Like, just for a little bit of good taste in something, it's so fucking not worth it. I would so much rather just stick to eating the beef and just feel good all the time, you know? Stop all this sexy talk, Little Debbie. Stop playing footsies with me. Oh, man. Yeah, Little Debbie cakes were like my kryptonite as a kid, dude. Holy shit. When I got to high school, I finally, like, I got my actual height. Like, I became 6'1", 6'2", give or take. When, like, my freshman year, I was like 5'10", 5'11". And those last, like, 3 inches or so kind of thinned me out a little bit, and then on top of that I started eating better and just in general eating way less. And the most important thing I did was I mostly stopped eating the school food that they were giving us because it's so fucking bad for you. And of course, one of the main options they gave every kid was chocolate dairy milk every fucking day for lunch, and it just kept my stomach like permanently ruined. I was like, fuck this shit. So yeah, that was when I dropped a ton of weight, and I just kind of understood how much better it feels to be eating better. And, you know, of course, with the pandemic, I sort of slipped back into, you know, just being lazy and being like, I don't want to cook today. Let's just order a fucking pizza. You know what I mean? So naturally, I gained my little freshman 15, if you want to. No, I probably gained like 5-10 pounds when the pandemic started, not gonna lie. What's super fucked is the white icing in snake cakes and crap was animal shortening. Basically animal fat with sugar injected. Oh, you mean like the zebra cakes? I know you mean snack cakes, but yeah. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Did you guys know that butter is actually healthier for you? Because it's made of animal fats instead of, or butter is healthier than margarine because margarine has vegetable oil in it, which is far worse for you than butter. How much do I weigh? Probably about 240, 250. At 6'1", 6'2", give or take. Pitt says that I'm a linebacker size. And he ain't wrong. Let's see. BMI calculator. I know BMI is not like an end-all be-all. I'll say 250, so we'll guesstimate. So 32.1. So yes, obesity is where I fall into. Big shocker. Overweight is 25 to 29.9, and obesity is 30 or greater. Morbidly obese kicks in at 37. So I'm at a 32.1. I am definitely in the obesity category. So my normal weight would be from like 18.5 to 24.9. So I would have to weigh, let me see. Okay, so the maximum weight I could be to fall into the normal weight would be 195. Yeah, I would have to be 195, so I would have to lose like probably 60 pounds. Margarine was always fake shit. It's as real as the food pyramid. Yeah. Yeah, margarine is cheap for a reason, dude. Just like Coke and Pepsi are cheaper than fucking bottled water in some instances. Because they have corn syrup in them. Fuck that shit. Oh, I'm not made of money either. Trust me, I'm not made of money either, but it simplifies my life to only have to buy like 2 or 3 things. Eggs, beef, butter. Basically my diet right now, dude. So only having to buy 3 products and I don't have to worry about like, you know, buying all these different sides and tortilla wraps and all this shit. It's also vegan, yeah. Like only, just knowing that I only need 3 items makes my life easier. And meal prepping helps me save too. Because if I go to the store and I'm hungry, like of course I'm just going to want to fucking grab everything that I see because I'm hungry. Again, any other diet requires more effort for some reason, or requires more effort. Well, yeah, I mean, the number one element of pretty much any diet that you're doing, I don't even call it a diet. Like, carnivore is a lifestyle change, dude, because a diet assumes that once you're finished with it, you're going to go back to your standard diet. A diet is a temporary thing that you do to drop a little bit of weight to hit a particular goal or something like that. Whereas, you know, more of a lifestyle change is something like what I'm referring to. Like, you're actually just changing the way you do something and it doesn't change. I know people that have lost a lot of weight on the rice and chicken diet. That's a pretty popular diet. Rice, chicken, and broccoli. That's a very popular diet. I'm not a person that can eat carbs like that because if I eat carbs, I starve carbs all the fucking time and I can never get enough. So chicken, rice, and broccoli is a pretty popular diet, but I can't fuck with rice because if I do it, I'm just going to slip back into the never-ending craving for carbs, pastas and breads and all that other shit. So I'm somebody that has to avoid it altogether or it's not going to be good. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like everybody, in essence, does follow a diet to a certain degree. Half caffeine helped me with that too, because when I would drink full caffeine coffee, it would actually stimulate my appetite even more, and I would sit here and just fucking starve. But the thing about switching to all meat is your body is not like, where are the carbs? You know, after a few days, that just goes away. And you can eat like a pound of beef and not be hungry for like 14, 15 hours. It's actually crazy. If you eat nothing but mac and cheese, that's your diet. I mean, true. Or if you're like Dr. Red, you do nothing but eat mac and cheese and drink chocolate milk. He told me that was like the majority of his diet one time. Yeah, everybody's caffeine tolerance is different, just like alcohol tolerance. My caffeine tolerance is very low, so I can drink like a half caffeine brew and be jacked up to the ceiling, but that's just me. I know some, like my dad is like that. Caffeine just has no effect on him whatsoever. I can go months without having much of any caffeine. Oh, what's up, the dev? Long time no see. One time I ate some day-old pizza from a dumpster that had pink spots on it. Would not recommend that diet. Oh my god. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it either, dude. But that's just me. I downed a Red Bull as a nightcap. Not the best decision I've made in quite a while. Dude, I can't fucking drink Red Bull at all. That shit's just like medicine, you know? Cannot under any circumstances drink Red Bull. Just Because it was shaped like a triangle doesn't make it pizza. I can't fuck with pizza either. Because if I eat pizza one day, I'm going to want it like very soon after, you know? If I eat pizza that's really good as a cheat, and I can't just cheat. I'm one of those people, I literally cannot cheat. Because if I cheat, I'm just going to want to continue cheating. On the diet, not anything else. I'm going to wake up to a message from Bridget. What did you say? Talking about food. If I cheat on a diet, I'm just going to want to continue cheating. So I have to just stick with it and do an allotted number of days, like a 30-day. Just you can do any diet for 30 days without too much of a detriment. Unless you're just doing some crazy shit like as much sugary cake as you can possibly eat in 30 days or the fucking Super Size Me. You know, where you're eating 3 meals from McDonald's every single day. Unless you're doing that shit for 30 days, then you can basically do any one of these diets for 30 days and just see what happens. You know, try keto, try paleo, try carnivore, try any of this shit and just see how it works for you. I get caffeine headaches, yes, very badly. If I go like 16 hours without coffee, I get a really bad headache. But again, since switching to half calf, it's not been nearly as bad. Most of my issues went away once I stopped with the full caffeine brew. Pretty much all of them went away, actually. Yerba? Excuse me. Oh no, are you trying to hit me? Are you trying to hit me with something? Oh, yerba mate tea. Oh no, I've never tried that. Yerba mate? What does matcha tea taste like? Is matcha tea good, you guys? Let's see if I can have matcha tea on the carnivore diet. Top carnivore diet beverages and others to avoid. What can you drink on a carnivore diet? Mineral water. Sparkling water. Milk, raw milk, bone broth, electrolyte drinks. Oh, wow. It says coffee beans are the seed of a fruit. That means that coffee is basically fruit seed extract. It's not an animal product and therefore technically off limits on carnivore. Well. Though technically it's not a carnivore diet food, moderate coffee drinking for most people is still a net health positive. Butter coffee, what the fuck? Grass-fed butter provides the fatty acid CLA, which has powerful anti-inflammatory, anti-carcinogenic properties. You can drink Brondo, it's got electrolytes. Yeah, coffee is a berry, true. No drink plants. What about black, green, and herbal teas? The best tea on carnivore is matcha, the pulverized leaves of green tea. Matcha has been shown to inhibit aging caused by glycation, the bonding of... Okay, slow down there, Einstein. The bonding of sugar to proteins. These dual qualities repair skin, bones, muscle tissues, ligaments, and teeth. Matcha also provides a compound called L-theanine that promotes relaxation and reduces stress and anxiety even when consumed alongside caffeine. So maybe I should start drinking matcha tea? Sounds like snake oil, dude. Well, it's a doctor's website. It's an actual MD talking about these things. Well, I didn't know coffee was so. I mean, I'm drinking organic coffee, so I guess that would help. But yeah, I've never tried matcha tea. Matcha does not contain caffeine, but it can support energy through its dense nutrient content. No, it's just drklitz.com/carnivore diet beverages. And the doctor is running the website, Dr. Klitz. Or Kiltz. Drink the oil, it's probably full of proteins. I mean, you're not wrong, dude. Okay, so spring water is what they're saying. Man, how am I going to get my caffeine in, though? I mean, the entirety of East Asia didn't develop sacred ceremonies around the making and consumption of matcha for nothing, you know? True. Very true. I mean, tea has always been known to have health benefits. The short answer to the beverage question is that on a strict carnivore plan, only water and bone broth are allowed for the first 30 days. Milk would also be allowed. You know what? Fuck it. You know what? Matcha totally has caffeine. What the fuck are you looking at? Oh, I just Googled it. It said it didn't. Look, I literally Googled matcha tea caffeine and it was the first autofill result that came up. Matcha doesn't contain caffeine. Oh, well, I did misspell it. What the hell am I spelling, dude? What the fuck? What the hell was I spelling, dude? I don't know what I thought. I'm so confused, dude. You can tell I don't drink it because I don't know how to fucking spell it. It's less than most cups of coffee. On average, a cup of matcha contains about 70 milligrams of caffeine. Okay. Well, that's about what I'm drinking now anyway on half calf. So I'll try out matcha and see if it's any good. I'll have Bridget pick some up and try it out. Matcha and black tea are the perfect base for bulletproof tea. Don't drink tea directly after a meal. But hey. I don't know, dude. Maybe it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Maybe it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if I just straight up stopped drinking caffeine, you know? Like, if I just keep weaning myself off of it, like, there's quarter caffeine brew that you can get off of Amazon. So if I switch from a full caffeine to a half caffeine to a quarter caffeine and then eventually none, maybe I could just get adjusted to not drinking coffee anymore. You know? Like, that wouldn't be a bad thing. I'd like to not have any vices. Like, I would like to not need a drink in the morning to, like, get up and running. You know what I mean? But... yeah. But I see a lot of people in like the carnivore subreddit and stuff saying, oh, I never gave up coffee and it worked out just fine. So, I mean, the fact that you're still removing all the bullshit from your diet, that's got to be a gigantic net positive, even if you're not following 100% strictly the drinks and everything. Like, bone broth. Yeah, dude, bone broth is fucking delicious. Holy shit. Little bit of salt in there and just get yourself a nice hot cup of bone broth in the morning. Oh my god, it's so delicious. So fucking good. I tried a liquid diet for a little bit once too, just to see if I would like it. And I actually really liked it. In the morning, I would just pour like a mug of chicken stock and put a little bit of salt and pepper in it. Yes, salty boner broth. Don't clip that out of context. Please. Mate has its own structure of caffeine that doesn't fuck with your nervous system. You mean matcha? Oh no, you just said mate. You were just talking about that and I thought you were trying to get me. Yerba mate. Okay, so I'm going to try yerba mate and I'm also going to try matcha tea and see if I can replace coffee altogether with that. I think that'd be for the best. Mate. Okay. Yerba mate. Yeah, I'm going to look up both of those and see if I can try some decent brands that are like well known to be organic and shit. I'll try to eliminate coffee from my diet. That'd be nice. Started microdosing the other day. Let's hope it does something, boy. Oh, God. Yeah, it's my new diet. I only drink salty boner broth, everybody. Because, of course, after you say those words, that's the only sound effect applicable. After you say those words, that's the only thing you can get along with. Well, should we play a video game, ladies and gentlemen? Should we play a video game? My new job officially starts today. I don't know what they're going to have me do today, but I'm officially salaried as of today. So I don't have to do anything like hourly anymore. I don't have to bother with any hourly bullshit anymore. I don't have to worry about using PTO hours if I'm out for, like, if I need a 2-hour lunch or something, I don't have to use PTO to cover it. So that's going to be a weird adjustment, not having to worry about any hours anymore. I kind of did want to play something tonight. I just wasn't sure what. I didn't really see anything that caught my eye on Steam in particular. When you first try mate, you're going to have the greatest full body euphoria. Bet. Hey. Bet. You bet. I'm extending the hand right now. If I drink it and that doesn't happen, I expect you better answer. You have some serious goddamn questions to answer in the chat, dude. Blue Stinger, well, I unfortunately don't have a Dreamcast emulator up unless they ported it to Steam or something. Yeah, I don't have a Dreamcast emulator, and it ain't on Steam. Dairy Fear, what the fuck? How would you guys feel if I just became a DBD streamer, even though I hate that game? If I just did it to grow my brand or whatever? Like a drug high but healthy? Well, I've never, literally my entire adult life, I've only had tea once or twice and I didn't really care for it. It was Earl Grey, English breakfast, and green tea that I tried. English breakfast was the best, but I didn't particularly like any of them. So, you know, it's time for me to try something else. And I'm honestly, at this point in my life, I've been drinking coffee like every day of my life for almost 11 years. I'm just fucking tired of it, dude. Got English breakfast now. That's a smart man right there. That is a smart man. Try the brown rice tea. There's a lot of things I need to try, dude. Yeah, I have never smoked anything in my life. I refuse. I've worked at a lot of places where everybody smokes and I get a lot of secondhand smoke, but I've never smoked myself and I never will, hopefully. Anything. Cigarettes, weed, nothing. I'm just not interested in that not interested in that world whatsoever. You can eat it. What? You can eat pot? Can you play How Fish is Made? It's a free game. Are sardines trustworthy? Are you? Do you want to be? Overwhelmingly positive reviews. Live through the ultimate power of being the ultimate power fantasy of being a sardine. Make oily friends, become upset, and choose your destiny. Oily Cum Dancing. That song is a bop. What the fuck? Eats only water and instant chicken broth powder? Nah, that's disgusting, dude. New chapter. They have a new chapter on this game as of September 1st. Graphic fish violence, trypophobia inducing imagery, and just a pinch of cum. What the fuck? This is such a meme, dude. Everybody's giving this like insanely good reviews. Anything on Asian food store is a banger. It's like little freeze-dried pellets. It dissolves so fucking fast it doesn't clump. Oh, chicken broth from the Asian store. It's only whale cum. Well, most people that reviewed it only have like half an hour to an hour on record, so I'm assuming that's as long as it takes to beat. It must not be a very long game. Alright, we're installing it. 741 megs. Yume Nikki would be a great game to play. Alright, I just called the title What the Sam Hell Is This? Made with Unity, well that's a good sign. Yeah, Yume Nikki is an amazing game. It's also free. So if you guys have trypophobia, which is a fear of holes, like clustered together holes, you will not want to watch this. Oh yeah, I have LSD Dream Emulator actually on my PS3. I got it off the Japanese PSN store because amazingly it's available on there. Oh. There we go. Alright, let's play. Turn off display capture. Boom, I'll make the camera a bit smaller too. There we go. Turn that off. And let's play. You like the new camera frame, Dev? I'm a fan. Well, I mean, I set it up, so I better be a fan. All right. Oh, shit. Let's go. Oh, hello. You just dropped? Tell me, are you going up or down? You'll have to make up your mind by the end. Even the oiliest of us have to. So don't flatter yourself with your choice, ha. No, there's sound. It's just quiet. Can you hear it now? Where am I going? Don't worry about that. So which is it? Up or down? Yeah, I'm sure. We going up. By the way, the machine can't talk to you, so you shouldn't talk to it. Haha. You able to hear it now, Dev? You look like a smart guy. You also know this you also know the way is one way and that way is up. And ain't no two ways about it. I've always known it was up. I never asked. I never changed. Never I lied. Let me hear you sing it. I like to hear it. Where are you going? Where are you going? Up, up, up. The water has it wrong. The flesh has it wrong. Everything goes up, up, up in the end. My man is speaking facts. Ah, what fortune that we should meet. Do not be foiled by that one. He is lost like so many are. We can only poetry them. I see you are in awe of my throat of inspiration. It clung to me suddenly one day, much like all my ideas do, complete and undeniable. Undentable, complete and undentable. No, no, take it in as much as you like. It is a confirmation of my most oily brain. Do tell, what blind groping has brought you to your choice? Be forewarned, I did a lot of thinking to know which is indeed the correct way. All answers come to me very quickly, such is my burden. Would you like to know? It might change your entire word view. It is down. Yes, this I know for sure. But how? I hear you ask, let me explain. No, it is simply too complex for you to fathom. My methods are beyond simple minds. I have never ever thought of a single reason to question myself, can you believe it? No, you cannot. I am elated to have saved you from making a father embarrassment of yourself. Just think of me as your guide, mentor, and sage. You're welcome. Okay, Grandpa. Okay. This actually, for some reason, has reminded me a lot of Lost in Vivo already. There's no sudden loud parts or jump scares? I don't know if you're telling the truth about that, but we'll find out. Oh, hello. The way's over there. Immediately what I'm thinking of, and this is probably completely off base, for some reason I'm thinking of Eraserhead. I never lie. Hey, I'm not saying you lied. I'm just saying people like to bamboozle me on here, dude. Well, we certainly didn't go up. Behold, what did we do to deserve bearing witness to such glory? It must mean something. But what? What is it trying to say? I've groped through my noggin. I've eyed every detail. I don't understand the message. There must be a way out of this creature's stomach. The answer is here. It looks down upon us. What is it revealing? Up. No, I think it's down. Can you see it? I think I can see it. It talks to me. I can hear its approval in the back of my throat. I must get inside. I must be cleansed by this untainted substance. Oh, to be chosen for such sublime anointment. I truly envy him. I must become worthy. So what is that supposed to be? This is fucking, what the hell is this? This is one of the weirdest games I've ever fucking played on here, dude. 10 years of fucking streaming. Well, there was a 6-year break in there, so not quite, but this is, I don't know, dude. This is just called How Fish is Made, but it's got me very intrigued. I gotta tell you that. The dialogue especially is like really interesting. What's up, the crazy bacon hair? This is my first time ever playing this. I have not a goddamn clue what's going on, but I've selected up the whole way so far. What are you doing? Don't touch that. Somebody help me. I got you, bro. I got you. Oh, well, I fucked up. But you know what? Gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet, you know what I'm saying? It is fish. I mean, you're not telling a lie. You have told nothing but facts since entering my chat room. This game is quite fishy, absolutely. You've told nothing but facts since you showed up here, and I respect that. A friend is trapped. Oh, what the fuck? There's the trypophobia aspect. So if you have a problem with clustered together holes, this is not the game to be looking at, ladies and gents. Whoopsie daisy. You know, we all have our little uh-ohs from time to time. We all make our little mistakes. Man, take the fish flopping out of the bottom of the screen, and this is like a genuinely disturbing game. I mean, it already kind of is, but imagine this in first person. What fortune that you dropped into this most productive of places. Him? Why, me and my friendo here go way back. I ate his tongue and we've been co-workers ever since. I'll bet you we can have a lot of learnings we can share. I always say you have to get passionate about something. Me? I'm passionate about friendship. I want to be there for people as much as possible. It's like my buddy here always says, teamwork is the soul of success. I think that's beautiful. Now, well, by golly, I've been struck by the most brilliant of ideas. Would you mind if I incentivized you with a little musical stylings of my own creation? Oh no. My friendo does so enjoy a little show tune here and there. Alrighty then, hold on to your gills. Is that a dancing parasite? Here's to motherfuckers and black box medications. Got my attention-seeking ideations. So the next time you see a raw meat twitching, don't worry, it's safe to eat knowing it's very friendly. Okay, now I understand this game's trying to like make a statement about various things. Do fish feel pain? This is like Newgrounds. Oh yes, you'll be buried with it. Do right, follow that plan. Written on the side of the can. It's obvious until it isn't. Yeah, man. Imagine if this was actually sung. Yeah, this reminds me of a Newgrounds game, dude. I'm in a hole. I'm on a stage. A performance. A real shame. No, I don't live with my parents, so that ain't gonna happen. It'd be one of those situations where I switch to porn because it's easier to explain. You know that meme? Hey, no problem, Salt. Appreciate you hanging out as always, my dude. Get some rest. Me? Oh, you shouldn't have. Well, I never expected to see a fucking tap dancing parasite in this game, but you know. Woo woo. Well, buddy, how we feeling? Synced with success, aligned with ambition? Yes. No doubt about it, my buddy, my pal. I dare say I snuck a little of my core competence in you. You'll feel it real soon, don't you worry. And we have a parasite now. Yay. Yeah, this is fucking... Yeah, just go to xhamster.com. Two become one. So what the fuck creature's stomach are we in? Where there's like piping and fucking ramps and metalworks? Like what is going on in here? Like this looks like something's stomach, but before it didn't. It looked like the fucking Black Mesa facility before. Oh, what the fuck? We got some crabs. Whatever the fuck. No, it's just gigantic piles of fish. It looked like there were crabs for a second. They're like a Jiminy Cricket type of sidekick. That's what it seems like, dude. You know what I love about this crazy bacon hair guy is that he was specifically searching on Twitch to see if anybody was playing this Fever Dream ass game. He said, oh shit, somebody's actually playing this. I actually love that about Twitch. I miss when I used to do that stuff all the time, dude. When I would just search for a specific game that I wanted to see. Why do you deserve it? Will you be able to live with it? Try and try and try and try again. Ah, those double action hinges have always been there, just for you, right? You'll come back. Everyone does. Weak. Or you'll go looking, one way or another, right? Weak. Oh, Jabu Jabu? Yeah, inside Jabu Jabu's belly, that's what this shit looks like. I love this music too, dude. It's just such a fucking interesting ass game. I'm assuming like half an hour to an hour. But sure. It is time. Choose. I see. Do you understand yet? This choice that has been given to you, to a worthless critter like you, that is the gift, not the outcome. Did the uncertainty scare you? Or does it scare you more to know there is no choice for you at all? Then all of this would have been for nothing. But wouldn't it feel better? Don't flatter yourself. I'll tell you a secret. You've already made your choice. This is not about making a decision. This is a test of conviction. Have you strayed from your path? Have you been honest and true to your truth, even to others? Did you believe me just now? I'm just a fish in an imposing room. Good enough, right? What the fuck? 18 minutes for main story. I actually really love games like this. I miss the Newgrounds era, like Badgers, 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 with all those really interesting Flash games that would like, they'd be so short and to the point, but they would just leave you like fucking in a daze thinking about your whole fucking life, you know what I mean? So many really interesting games like that back then and animations on Newgrounds. This is really it, huh? I'll level with you. Ain't real sure I can do this. Did you run into that smart talking fella earlier? He sure did seem to know what he was talking about. Here I've been always thinking I'm the biggest thing in the water. Look at me, a big old boy shivering like a scramp out in the blue. Anyway, I thought keeping track of how many fish went in either direction could help. Not sure it did at all, let me tell you. Reckon you want to hear how many have gone each way? You sure? Might be best to just follow your gut at this point. Alrighty, by my count, 199 fish have gone up and 474 have gone down. Like one chance. Well, there was that, and there was also, like Fane. Fane was one of the most beautiful games that like the music and everything about Fane just absolutely roped you in very quickly. You should check out Fane Newgrounds game or Fane Flash game. I don't know if you can still play it, but it's just FEIGN. It's just such an amazing game. What is this? Oh no. Well, blue is up, so let's go this way. You know, I always hated hearing, don't worry, a lot of people are going through the same thing. You're not alone. There's this selfish barbed wire inside my chest that coils up at that. No, my pain is more tragic, grander, deeper, if only you knew. That's not true, of course. I hate talking about it because I hate people who talk about it. And that's not very nice. That's not okay. That's not how you can be about all this. It's not romantic, but at least it's true. Don't worry, a lot of people are going through the same thing. And that's what makes it the best USP yet. Thanks for playing. Can anything beat home cooking straight off the conveyor belt? These fish are so fresh they might just give you a little wink and jump right off the plate into your mouth. Ain't no meal that can be kicked into high gear with the addition of nature's own flavor torpedoes. So indulge in the oiliest, saltiest sardines served every day by our ingeniously creative kitchen artists. Take pride in knowing you helped bring these little troopers to our plates, friends. That's not flattery, that's a fact. What the fuck just happened? FEIGN. The last one and then another. Oh, what? Oh, we got some Katamari, dude. Oh, let's go. Katamari. This takes me back. This is the expansion, by the way. I'll show it here in a second. Hell yeah, dude. This crispy movement. Oh, shit. Trick shot. Let's go. Oh, I see some more. Look at me. Look at you. We've done it. We're special. Bigger. Shinier. And it can only get better. Your eyes will be my mouth. Your tongue will be my fins. More is more is more is more. Devour your smallness. Fill the void. Consume. Oh. Yes, every part of you is part of me. Oh, damn. Yeah, dude. Fish Katamari is what I was saying. They look like frosted Cocoa Crunch. Oh, look at all this shit. You know, I'm confused, but it's not as if I'm not having fun. I'm having a lot of fun, actually. Oh, damn. Well, these are too big. We gotta grow the Katamari bowl. It's easy to get on this boat when you have to. You say to yourself, this is just temporary, just until I get what I need. Got bigger things planned. Then suddenly you're 1 year in, 5 years, 10. First I couldn't stand the constant noise. Now I can't sleep without it. A lot of things can't follow you out here. But it also means the outside world moves on without you, won't even notice until it's too late. Easy to get on, hard to leave. I can't consume yet. We have to get way more. I'm assuming we have to get all this stuff. This is a borderline Soulsborne game? Oh no. Literally every fucking game is trying so hard to be Soulsborne right now. Lies of P, Lords of the Fallen. There was one game, I forget the name of it, but it was a few months old. It might have been Lords of the Fallen, actually, but good lord, there's so many games trying to be the next Dark Souls. Was that something I could pick up too? Surely it was. Yeah. Oh, it's a little birthday pie. Hey, don't you touch nothing. This is mine. Find your own. I'm having such a great time. Goody goody. Who knew such a thing existed? Who knew how good it could be? Shiny, shiny, shiny. I got the shiny on the inside. Nothing can compare. Grabwa. Come with you? I don't need you to get big. Look at me, the biggest. You ain't got the shiny like I do. You don't understand? Ha, you'll just have to pretend. Yeah, right, bitch. No, I'm the biggest. I should be eating you. Yeah, that's what I thought, motherfucker. This is actually Katamari, dude. This is so crazy. Why is it not picking anything up? Man, I need to play the original Katamari on PS2. That'd be so fun. Man, when we can get that big ass dude, that's gonna be real crazy. This is how fish is made. I mean, factual. Oh, damn. We're going in. Oh, what the fuck? I was gonna say I don't think that was supposed to happen, but... You want to hear a joke? 3 men are in the hospital. The first man cries, I lost both my hands. They told me I'll never work again. The second man wails, I lost both my legs. They told me I'll never work again. The third man? He rejoices, I lost my hearing. They'll never be able to tell me I'm fired again. Ha ha ha. Good one, huh? I still can't consume. I don't think there's anything else in the boat to get. Oh. Didn't even... Oh, fuck you. I didn't even see that. I think we just fall back into the same. Okay. Please, dude. Okay. That was almost the same bullshit again. You know, it's so easy to get invested when the game has a mildly interesting concept. This is already more interesting than half of the formulaic ass Steam horror games that I've played. Like by a wide margin, actually. Oh, look at all the bottles. Oh, it's mouthwash or what? 99.9% of all germs. The hell is this? I don't know, but we're about to get fucking massive. That's all I know. I want to go back. Ooh, why'd I have to come here? We belonged in that other place. I want to go up or down. Wait, no, or was it left or right? I was stupid to think I could be different. Sure, it was scary, but now I'm all alone. Look at you. Take me back there. I can help. I can see perfectly clearly. Nothing can touch us if we're together. You're just like me. Take me with you. Ooh, everything goes round and round again. Oh, damn, we're huge now. Look at this. We might be able to get those huge fish on the other part now. Yeah, look at all that. What am I getting excited about? Yeah, I tell you, this is what tells me that like most of the horror on Steam is so dog shit, dude. Because like that stuff is so hard to get into because it's all the same formulaic bullshit. I mean, it really is. It's so predictable. Oh, we're almost too big to do this now. Just barely not. Oh, fuck me. Well. Oh, there we go. Now we can pick up all these. I think I have to go down here first. No? Next comes spite. First, it stares back at you in the mirror. Then it's those around you. They're wearing your face and you theirs. You know, he joined because of me. What were the words I used? Ah, right. It's a great opportunity. Easy money, just a trip or two. Someone else's words in my mouth. Hey, worked on me as well, right? Change hurts, but worse things fester for a long time. I told him as much. I tried, I really did. We're defined by our past, but not slaves to it. We said tomorrow will be different. Today would be the last day, the last one. The last one and then another. And another, and another, and another. Mouthwash. And painkillers. Hurt's going down, huh? You know what they say. Pain is how we know we're still living. A revolutionary new dental hygiene product. Brand new formula designed to kill bacteria. Whoops, I'm afraid you weren't supposed to see all that, Stampede. They're using my my Steam profile name. So never mind it, don't give it a thought, not a one. Hey now, I got something that'll really flap your fins, partner. Wishlist mouthwashing on Steam. It'll be a swell time all around. Ultra Street Fighter 4 ain't worth your time. Yeah, they're using the most played. Come now, we both know that. I look out for you, my buddy, my pal. Same as always. Tell everyone. You see, not wishlisting mouthwashing is a clear sign of weak character and demonstrates a lack of initiative to succeed. Alrighty now, don't let me catch you without a wish list. Not doing so would practically be a crime. At least in United States, I know it is. Yeah, exactly what you put. See what I'm saying? I'd hate to see my friendo here get angry with you. Ooh boy, does it rile him up something fierce. Splendid. Knew I could count on you, Stampede. Only good times ahead. Ah, fuck it. I'll wish list it. Q1 2024. Hell yeah, I'll wish list it. That was awesome. Wrong Organ is the developer. Well, that was utterly fucking bizarre. But like I said, I actually enjoyed that more than some of the formulaic ass indie horror that's on Steam. Oh, you were asking about Fane, the dev. Let me show you what it is. That was the fucking weirdest game I've played on here in a long time. Yeah, we consumed him, and it turned out that he was a guy that was like in a hospital bed, and they were just pumping him full of mouthwash and painkillers because he had like some kind of flesh-eating bacteria. So we were inside his body the whole time.
And the body.
Fane Newgrounds Flash game. Wow, dude, I 100% looked at footage of this in the past. Here it is.
Get round to doing another video or so. This one's called Fane. Colon. I think you have to have the colon on there. Fane colon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm trying to find no commentary footage. It's kind of tough. Let's do upload date and then we'll just go way the fuck back. Oh, dude, it's gonna take fucking forever. Like, we would literally have to go back years to find this. I'm already going back 9 months. 1 year. I wish when you searched for YouTube, you could just search oldest videos first. That'd be so much better. Yeah. 3 years ago was the furthest back that I went. And you can't find the original game anymore because Flash isn't supported. Telling you, dude, these old fucking games are really, really difficult to find now. Oh no, another new Ghostbusters movie? After the shit show of the 2016 version. The no review I refuse controversy. I swear I searched it as like Fane Flash game. Oh yeah, I found it. I had to go like 10 years back. I had to scroll forever, but I found it. You know, just seeing games like this used to really impress me on Newgrounds. This was like the #1 rated game on Newgrounds for a little while. It just plays with, you know, a lot of light and shadow perspective things, as you can see. Yeah, man. I wish I could find this actual track somewhere, but I'd probably have to get in contact with the guy who made this game to see if I can get an uncompressed version. But it would be cool to try to do that someday. Oh yeah, if I find it, I'll post it in my Discord for sure. Game by Ian Snyder, music by Brother Android. Okay, let's see. Oh. Well, I just found it. It doesn't sound nearly as compressed as the other one. I just searched Brother Android Fane. There's OST too as well. Hey, no problem, man. Let's see what OST 2 is. Oh, wow. This is good too. Eric's got a video game collection? Yeah, dude. I don't know where the hell he got these, but let's fucking go. Eric's video game music collection with 1 sub. You know what? Let's go. Since he did me a solid, I'll do him a solid. Now, there was another one. This was the game that actually gave me nightmares. I want to show you guys this. It's about a 7-minute long game. You guys want to see the one that fucked me up more than any other? More than any other Newgrounds game ever? Okay. Here it is. It's called Covetous. By some kind of miracle, I was given another chance at life. Man, I was legitimately fucking scared, like going to sleep after a fucking week of playing this. Although I did play it when I was like 13, like an idiot, but still. Maybe even 12, I don't know for sure. I was the forgotten cell left to die in the flesh of my brother. There's something to be said about like this really negative, aggressive text in bold as well. There's something really impactful about the way they did this. Or the way he did this, because it was just one guy that developed this. I felt myself become thick and lump, growing into the form that was robbed from me. Brother Android has a website. Oh, cool. I'll check it out. No more smile on the guy's face. To thrive is to eat. I must continue consuming my host, my ignorant kin. Hey, what's up, Swix? Appreciate that, man. Why is that so low? I definitely did not do that. This is a Flash game from Newgrounds era that scared the shit out of me as a kid. It's called Covetous, and I'm just kind of showing what it used to look like. The Flash version is gone forever, obviously, but there's still footage on YouTube. What kind of god gives entity just to let me die again, tucked behind a kidney and fat?
Hello there.
Oh my god. That was the worst possible timing, dude. What the fuck? I appreciate it, Dr. Red. You just scared the shit out of me, though. I'm showing one of the scariest Flash games I remember from my childhood. How was your stream, dude? Yeah. Oh yeah, flashing light warning, by the way. Flashing light warning. You've been warned. Yep, so that's pretty much it. So you pretty much, it just starts with this text that says, by some kind of miracle, I was given another chance at life. And then it's just this like parasite slash fetus that just keeps slowly growing until it just tears the host body apart. Look. And it just stays on this screen forever until you leave. When I tell you, I completed that for the first time, and dude, I was just on edge for like a solid week after this. It fucking broke something in me. It wasn't even, it's a disturbing game, but something about just the age and the exact time that I played it had me fucked up. It's going really well, Dr. Red. I'm really happy to be back, and I've really felt 100% tonight. We had a big ass Silent Hill Ascension and game industry rant earlier, so that was fun. Yes, so we actually watched that in my Discord a while back. I thought it was okay, but I think it just was a little bit disorienting to watch. It made me a little bit nauseous, actually. Dude, Dr. Red, what do you think about using this for the stream background music for a while? There's literally no chance in hell this would be copyrighted. That shit was 10 out of 10 to me. A couple of scenes were actually genuinely scary for me. Like especially the bedroom where it kept slowly panning under the bed. I was like so tense during that. I was like, please stop. Like I knew something was going to happen any second. I just wanted it to stop, That type of stuff I enjoyed, but it had a little bit more that annoyed me than I enjoyed. They're in Austin, Texas. Nice. K Kona. Let's get a K Kona in the chat for Austin, Texas. Let's go. Slow burn artsy shit, so that was right up my alley. Like I said, I didn't think it was bad. I think I would get more out of it on a second watch because we were in the Discord like talking the whole time. If I just sat there and watched it by myself, I'm sure I would get a lot more out of it. All right, guys. Sorry to be ending so soon after Dr. Red raided me, but we are going to go hang out with our boy BBJ, Blockbuster John. Good dude. Very, very good Street Fighter player and just generally a very chill guy. He helped me a lot with my internet issues early on as well. So let's go hang out with him. Tell him I said hi. Drop him a follow. He's a very cool dude. And I will talk to you guys very soon. Goodbye.